What's up, everybody? My name's Trey. This is Denzel. Welcome back to Better Days Sports. Welcome back to the podcast. And on this episode, we will be talking about the Clippers versus the Nuggets in the first round of the NBA playoffs. Yes, I know I made a prediction that Clippers go into the Western Conference Finals. Don't at me; it's only game one. Don't worry about that right now. But if you are new to the channel, new to the pod, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to get notified every time we post a video. And leave a comment in the comment section down below of who you have in this round of the playoffs. But Denzel, go ahead and start us off.
The craziest thing about this is that the older team, obviously being the Clippers here, has no injuries listed, but the Nuggets, however, do. Aaron Gordon is day to day right now with a calf injury. Now, is it serious? No, obviously it's only day to day, but I just thought I'd throw it out there before getting to the actual game itself. This was a really back and forth game, but I think the Clippers gave it their best shot in the first quarter, and then after that, it just kind of teetered off a little bit. Basically because of the bench, right? They didn't get a lot from their bench. Kind of similar to, how you have the Bucks with two guys getting 0 points. Clippers, two guys with 0 points. Ben Simmons, which is Ben Simmons. But if he could have got a layup or something, like, oh my gosh.
He misses layup.
And then we got Bogdan, which he's usually knocking them down to some range, whether it be mid-range or 3-point range. He'll give you a good 10 to 12, but he wasn't able to get that either. So it was really tough for them, and which is crazy because I think if at least one guy off the bench has a good game, they win this game against the Nuggets. That's how evenly matched they were, which is crazy to say out loud, but Kawhi Leonard and James Harden are still playing at a very high level. Joker does what he does. But overall, the Nuggets don't look like that team that they used to be. So now my expectations for the Nuggets are lower, and I actually think the Clippers might be able to get them out this series. That is my bold prediction, which I'm not a Clippers guy at all. I thought the Nuggets were going to look a lot better than what they do now. But just looking at watching the game, looking at certain different players on the Nuggets, and it's like, we got Westbrook. Westbrook's a Hall of Famer, triple-double legend, man, but at this stage in his career, I think they're playing him way too much. Way too much. Him, I don't know, contractually and politics, things of that nature, you have to play him a certain amount of time, so I get it. But again, that's why I think they're going to fall back, take a step back this year in the playoffs, is because of that. They're leaning on him just a tad bit too much, and their team dynamic is sort of thrown off by the way he plays. Like, I appreciate the energy, I appreciate the effort, but his decision-making right now is just not the best, and it's just like, yo, we need you to pass that ball a little bit more. We need you. And that's the thing. I know I'm going on a tangent here about Russell Westbrook, excuse me, but that's the thing about Russell Westbrook. He hasn't ever been a high-level finisher at the basket if you look up the percentages. It sounds crazy because we're like, oh, what about these dunks and these crazy layups that he gets? Yeah, those are the highlights, but the lows are very, very low with him in finishing with contact and around the rim, believe it or not. So now you take away that and the fact that his jumper hasn't been very well the past 3 or 4 years. It's like, man, we're getting a high-energy, high-motor guy that knows a lot about penetrating the defense, but his decision-making kind of throws off the offense and also our timing and spacing. So it's just a lot that goes in with the Nuggets. With the Clippers, it's really not that hard. You got James Harden ISOing off a pick and roll, and then you got Kawhi Leonard doing his thing in the mid-post. You got a left-hand scorer. You got a right-hand scorer. Everybody else figure it out. Norman Powell can get his buckets. We know Nicholas Batum, designated three-point shooter. Other ball-handling duties we got Chris Dunn. And then you got the bigs doing their thing. So, again, it really comes down to, can those bench players, Ben Simmons, give us something? You can't keep giving us zeros. And then same thing with Bogdan. If Bogdan pops off for 12 to 17 points, this game is blown wide open. And the Nuggets have nothing they can do about it because it's going to take one of their guys to have a big scoring output. And even if they have one having a big scoring output, then they need somebody else to do it. So it's just like too many factors. It's like you don't need that much with the Clippers because their two star players are going to get it done. Everybody else just has to fill in. With the Nuggets, it's like you just don't really know who that second is on any given night. Michael Porter Jr. only had 3 points last night, or last game, first game, excuse me. Next game, he might have 20, and then Jamal Murray might have 12. It's just very inconsistent. Inconsistency is what kills teams in the playoffs. You need to be consistent. I talked a lot, my fault, but I'm more intrigued by this matchup than I thought I would be. Not gonna lie. Go ahead, Trey. Go ahead.
See, I told you. That's why I called it. That's why I called it. I told you it was going to be a good series regardless. It doesn't even matter. Now, for me specifically, it just boils down to attention to detail. The Clippers had 20 turnovers in this game, and at any one of those can lead to not a transition bucket or stall your offense or leading to a bad shot. You win this game. Sure, Westbrook had 15 off the bench, but at this point in time, if you're relying on Westbrook to win you a game, if I'm the Clippers, hey, good, he got you one. He's not gonna get you. He's not gonna get you three more. So if Westbrook's gonna come off the bench, he's gonna hit some clutch 3-pointers. He's gonna make a couple really tough layups. I'm fine living with that, but this is really just a missed opportunity from the Clippers. I mean, you really had probably one of the best James Harden playoff games we've seen in the last couple years. I mean, he had 32. Zubac put up 21. Kawhi had 22. Powell had 12. Even Chris Dunn had 10. He had a couple threes. He seemed like he had a little bit going. And it just looks like this is a missed opportunity by the Clippers. And then on the Denver side, look, apparently Jamal Murray has just been absolutely faking this injury the whole season. He just did not want to play during the regular season. I'm not mad at him. I understand the regular season isn't necessarily the most exciting, but he turns into an absolute bucket getter in the playoffs. He doesn't matter if he's coming off an injury, if he hasn't played, he rolls out in the playoffs and he becomes that guy next to Jokic. And this might just be a standard Nuggets in the playoffs type of runs. They're going to win a whole bunch of close games. Jokic, you're going to look at any type of film, any type of highlights. You're like, oh, he's obviously the best player on the field or on the court at any point in time. So this is just standard Nuggets behavior. One thing I did notice too about the Nuggets, they are not nearly as deep if they have been in recent years, because I don't think I've seen a rotation this short from them before, where you're really only playing, three guys off the bench. And even then, I didn't even think they really gave Pickett. Pickett got 5 minutes. He had a shot, but it didn't seem like they wanted to play him at all. So this is going to be interesting to see how these minutes kind of stack up when it comes to going to be a long season. Hopefully it's in 7. I still have the Clippers here, but who do you think is going to be the X factor in this series specifically? Are you just saying it's anybody off the bench for the Clippers?
I think the X factor in this series will be Ben Simmons, because that 15 or 20 minutes that he's in, he can be a wild card in so many different ways. If he comes in and he's able to penetrate and give you 2 or 3 buckets, that's going to seem like a lot, and it's going to raise the morale. On the defensive side of things, if he's able to switch, guard multiple positions, make some hard shots, get some rebounds, that's going to energize guys a lot. At this stage in his career, he just has to be, it sounds crazy, but he has to be a bigger Russell Westbrook for the Clippers, because they're similar in the way that they play. One is just bigger, but one has a higher motor, being Westbrook has a higher motor than Simmons. So if Simmons can give us a little bit more energy, I think he's the X factor. And then on the other end, if Russell Westbrook can really make some good decisions, he's the X factor. That's my X factors.
Man, if Westbrook can just not throw games, then that's fine. Like, if he can just come in, hey, don't give me any like wide open missed layups. Don't foul anybody at the 3-point line. I'm cool with that. My X factor for the Nuggets, Porter Jr., you've got to do more than put up 4 shots. Because your whole thing is you're over 6'6", you play the wing, you're spacing the floor. If you get the ball, it needs to go up in the air. And I feel like he kind of deterred a lot, and he passed more than I'm used to him seeing. We're kind of known Porter as if he gets it, the ball goes up in the air. And I just didn't see that type of confidence this game, which I am not used to seeing. So I think he's the X factor. And then for me, when it comes to the Clippers, can anybody off the bench actually get you a bucket? I thought the Bogdanovic pickup was big, but if nobody on the bench is going to come out and give you anything, they have no shot. Sure, your starters are going to give you points. They're going to play really well together, but somebody off the bench has to give you some type of life. Now, what's your hot take for this game, my boy? Have any?
I don't have a hot take. Honestly, don't.
Let's see. Hot take for the day. I think this might be James Harden's best game of the series.
40 ball, 50.
No, I think this game, this 32 points that he has, shooting super efficient from the field, shot good from three. He hit all his free throws. I think this might be the best game we've seen from James Harden, or will see from James Harden this series. I think all of this now relies on Kawhi. Yeah, I think he's gonna. I think he's gonna fall off pretty dramatically, and it's all gonna rely on Kawhi Leonard and Powell. I actually see those two specifically being the high scorers for the Clippers going forward, because the regression from Harden comes drastically in the playoffs. And it comes when the lights are the brightest. So this game one, not being super bright lights, not a lot of pressure on the Clippers, I can ball out. Later on in the series, I just think Harden's going to have a difficult time scoring and being that give 90% of the offense runs through me type of guard. So, calling here but I still got the Clippers in 7. So, Clippers in 7. Sorry, Nuggets. You don't look like the contender that you once were, even though you have the best player in the world on your team in Jokic. I said it. Now, just like that, another episode in the books. I really hope that you appreciate the podcast, you appreciate the channel, because we got a lot of good information that we got coming to you. But if you are new to the channel, new to the podcast, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to get notified every time we post a video, and leave a comment in the comment section down below if you have the Clippers or the Nuggets. Denzel, who you have? You Clippers or Nuggets? What you got?
I'm leaning towards the Clippers now, honestly, and I don't think it even goes 7 games. I see 4. I go 4-2. I think the Nuggets absolutely lay a dud. A dud. The coach being fired changes a lot.
Okay.
Changes a lot. It's hard for an interim coach to come in out of nowhere and just lead the team deep into the playoffs. Changes a lot, man.
You heard it here first. The Clippers advancing. Sorry, Nuggets fans. And hottest take of the day, and I've been saying this, when they get this first round loss, the Nuggets specifically, when they lose in this first round, Kevin Durant is going to be a Nugget come next year. I've been calling it. I'm telling you right now, desperation trade is in the works. But just like that, we'll see you in the next one. Peace.